Welcome to this Loranda instructional video entitled The Benefits of Professional Farm Management. My name is John Moss, and today I'm going to discuss the merits of hiring a third party to help you take care of your farm. As you likely already know, farming in the Midwest is no longer about simply planting and harvesting a crop. It also involves sophisticated strategies for selling grain, the use of GPS technology and other computer systems to monitor the growing crops, a firm grasp of both government programs and the various crop insurance alternatives, and a basic understanding of biotechnology to determine which seeds to plant and pesticides to use. Because it is so complicated, many landowners have simply turned all the decisions over to their tenant. And while most farmers are willing to take on this responsibility, remember that they are in business to maximize their own net income, not necessarily the owner's. With that thought, your decision to hire a farm manager can probably be made by asking yourself a simple question. Am I 100% confident that my farm is being leased and cared for in a manner that will maximize its potential value? As a farmland owner, regardless of whether the property was purchased or inherited, you should consider your tenure from two perspectives. How can I maximize the annual income from the land? And how can I preserve or improve it for future generations? Both of these issues are equally important, irrespective of the type of lease you have. With cash rent arrangements becoming more prevalent across the Midwest, landowners have to stay current with the trend in rental rates in order to maximize their income. Generally speaking, your tenant will not tell you that rents have gone up. They figure that it's your responsibility as an owner to know that information. And sadly, over the past several years, I've seen too many instances where landlords were paid rents at least 1/3 below the going market rate. Maximizing the landlord's income with a crop share agreement takes more expertise. Unless you are marketing your own grain, then you are likely relying on the tenant's skill to know when to sell. Some farmers are very good at it and some aren't. Those that aren't are costing their landlords a lot of money. Maximizing the landlord's net income will also require an innate knowledge of how crop expenses and any other income in this modern era are now typically being split between the two lease parties. For example, reimbursing the tenant for trucking or combining expenses is no longer commonplace, and it's rare for a farm dwelling to be included rent-free with the rest of the property. As a landlord, don't be embarrassed that you don't know everything about current lease arrangements. Chances are you just haven't had the time to stay abreast of the various issues. But that may be where a farm manager or consultant can help. They closely follow lease trends and can negotiate the changes that would be necessary to make the agreement more consistent with others in the market. And for many landowners, having this third party in charge of all the negotiations is a huge benefit, especially if the tenant is a relative or close friend. Beyond maximizing the annual income from a property, if a landowner wants to also maximize its value, then he or she will need to make sure that it is being properly cared for with an eye towards the future. By this, I mean monitoring the fertility to ensure it stays at optimum levels, upgrading the drainage as needed to eliminate any wet areas that reduce yields, repairing or removing any buildings that are either unsightly or unnecessary, and implementing the conservation programs required to reduce soil erosion. For the novice farm owner, understanding the need and economics behind these types of capital improvements can be challenging. Yet these are the projects that, once completed, will ensure that you receive the maximum income while you own the farm and the highest possible sale price when it is sold. So let's return to the question that I asked earlier. Are you 100% confident that your farm is being leased and cared for in a manner that will maximize its potential value? If the answer is yes, then congratulations and kudos for understanding and embracing your responsibilities as a farmland owner. If the answer is no, or I'm not sure, then maybe it's time to at least talk with the professional farm manager to see if they can provide the assistance you need. These individuals have both the training and the background to help you achieve your land ownership goals, from maximizing your annual income to recommending and implementing any long-term improvement projects that will increase the value of your property. And since no two landowners have the exact same goals or needs, Management firms offer a variety of services to accommodate their clients. Some landowners may only need help to renegotiate a cash rent lease, while others will need a more complete package that may include selecting a new tenant, marketing grain, budgeting and financial record keeping, or preparing a cost-benefit analysis for any capital improvement project. Professional managers know how to work with a variety of farmers, yet they are bound by the fiduciary responsibility to exclusively represent your interests. Before closing, I want to offer a few additional suggestions regarding the farm management topic. First, if you now think that you could use the assistance of a professional, feel free to interview several before deciding. This will give you an opportunity to both compare fees and see which specific individual you trust and feel the most comfortable with. Second, make sure you clearly articulate your farm ownership goals to your manager, both at the initial introduction and throughout their tenure. You can't expect them to know what you want to accomplish unless you tell them. Third, realize that a few tenants simply do not like the idea of having to work with a farm manager. If that's the case, then you should probably be concerned with your current operating arrangement. Most progressive farmers openly embrace the expertise that a manager can provide, especially when it isn't costing them any money since the landowner is paying the fee. And finally, remember that with the increase in land prices, it's likely that your farm is worth considerably more than it was 10 years ago. Ignoring this asset by not properly overseeing it would be the equivalent of sending money to a financial advisor each month, but never bothering to check to see what they've done with the funds. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation and have learned more about the merits of professional farm management. Thanks for joining us again today, and best wishes with your land investment.